Hi everyone and welcome to another video about my video game collection. This time it's about the PlayStation 2. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe and like if you like this video, comment if you want to. And let's start with a classic horror game, Resident Evil Code Veronica X. This is one of those games where eventually I want to play it. It looks like it's a classic Resident Evil title and a lot of people like these ones. I have the platinum version with the weird platinum design on there, but yeah, Resident Evil Code Veronica X is pretty good, I heard, but I still have got to go and play the game because I haven't. I love the Resident Evil series. But I only played the more modern ones. The oldest one that I played from beginning to end is the original Resident Evil 4. But Code Veronica X looks interesting, and it's one of the beloved games. And there is always a rumor about which RE games are going to get the remake treatment, and Code Veronica X is usually on the most sought after ones out of all of these. Next one is a Konami title. This is Ring of Red. I got this free from a friend of mine because it didn't work with her PS2. And this is with a copied cover, so it's just like a black and white piece of paper, but the game itself is original inside. Ring of Red, it's like a tactical sort of mech kind of game as far as I know. Like it's a strategy game. I don't know anything about it. It does work, so I played it a little bit. It's not really my style of game, but it's cool to have it in the collection. And it's a pretty uncommon and not really talked about game. Something that I heard from Peanut Butter Gamer, it's Road Trip Adventure. This is actually a really cool game. I would call this a car PG. So basically you start with like a dinky, bad little car. There is a lot of cars talking with each other, like small cars and whatnot, as you can see. And then you can upgrade your car. There is like football there, and there is a lot of side missions and whatnot. It's kind of crazy. It has like 250 parts, 20 minigames, 100 races and events. And it's really cool. This is a really underrated game, and it's the more you play the game, the better your car gets. There is an open world. There is a lot of racing stuff. There is quite a lot of visual novel style, like text adventure stuff as well. So I highly recommend it. I think it has different titles, different parts of the world, but Road Trip Adventure it's really really cool. It's a fantastic game. Next one is something that's not really that interesting. It's Roller Coaster World by Midas. So yeah, it's a budget title. And yeah, I think it's probably similar to Roller Coaster Tycoon. I haven't played that, but this one. But it looks like it has a bunch of different stuff, and you can build your own roller coaster. It might be a fun one. Nice manual. And Midas releases a lot of weird games that were only in Japan. Stuff like these, like A6 Train and whatever Detonator is. I have so many just like random PlayStation 2 games, and this is one of them. This is Rolling. This is as you can see, it's a roller skate game. Apparently, like rolling is a type of roller skate move or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, they are going for the, I guess, Tony Hawk type of deal in this one. Oh, it even has cheats. Okay. Ah, okay, that's useful. But yeah, it's well, not that much to talk about from this one, but yeah, it's a skating game, like a roller skate game. And back in the day, in the early 2000s, there was a lot of extreme sports games, but by the end of the generation, they basically died out. So like Activision had a lot of them with the O2 branding, with Tony Hawk and Kelly Slater and whatnot. EA had their big games, the EA Sports big branding, and that died in the end of the generation. And rolling is probably going to be one of these. These people are probably famous for being roller skaters. Another sports game. This is RTL Skispringen 2003. Yeah, I picked this up because it was cheap. I like winter sports games, or more like the Olympic games. And back in the day, these were like, as far as I remember, these were like yearly releases with the like RTL, the television channel, was supporting them. This is a pretty nice disc design. I like the, it's a big snowflake. It's on a CD, so it's not the biggest size game. And as you can see, it's like a nice colorful manual. Yeah, it's winter sporting, all right, from 2003. Okay, something a bit more interesting. This is Rygar Legendary Adventure. This one is by Tecmo. As far as I know, this is more like a hack and slash action adventure game, quite like God of War, similar style, similar stuff, although it is earlier, 2003, so I guess it's around the same time as Devil May Cry launched, and Devil May Cry became popular. And nice red disc with a weird face on it, probably Rygar's. This is a reboot of a classic like NES franchise, I think, back in the day, or I think that was like one game probably. It's like a fantasy hack and slash type of deal. You can throw this like disc sort of things. It's on like end of a chainsaw. As you can see, it has similarities to DMC and God of War. So yeah, Rygar, the Legendary Adventure, I guess it's pretty cool. From the same sort of developer circle. So this is Koei's Extreme Legends Samurai Warriors. So Koei basically merged in at this time with Tecmo, became Koei Tecmo, and they are pretty successful right now. They are famous for the Dynasty Warriors game, for example, and I think Samurai Warriors is something like this. Some weird character models and whatnot, two-player games and whatnot. So yeah, this looks cool. I picked it up for really cheap because, I don't know, it's just something that looks interesting. I don't really play these warrior types of games. I played the Persona Striker game, which was really cool, and that's in the same Muso style like these games. Now we are going to talk about some Sega games, starting with Sega Bass Fishing Duel. So Sega Bass Fishing is a classic arcade game, and they ported the Sega Bass Fishing to the PlayStation 2. I have quite a few fishing games for some reason. I'm not into fishing at all, and these games, I mean, one of these had one of the Yakuza games had the original arcade game in there, and this is basically like a port of the Sega Bass Fishing arcade games. Those are really fun. I'm happy to have these sort of like weird Sega titles in my collection, and Sega Bass Fishing is certainly one of them. I like this because Sega released quite a few things after the Dreamcast failed, and then they just they released some stuff on GameCube, released some stuff on Xbox, but they also released quite a lot of stuff on the PlayStation 2, which is no surprise because that was the most successful console at the time. And the next one is something that is really good. It's Sega Classics Collection. This is really fun and interesting. So basically, Sega had the Sega Ages collection, or Sega Ages volumes in Japan during the PlayStation 2 era. These were like really, really budget titles, basically new remakes and re-releases of classic titles like Columns, Outrun, Golden Axe, and they had these very budget and just like one disc, maybe one or two games, and they had a bunch of volumes. Now these are some of the best in these sort of remakes. Like Space Harrier is also there, as you can see. What's this? Bonanza Bros. We also have Fantasy Zone. We have Monaco GP. VR is virtual racing. So yeah, they basically, for better or worse, because not all of them are great. Bonanza Bros is cool though. So basically with the Sega Ages, they remade a bunch of classic Sega titles with better graphics. It's not always better, the versions. Virtua Racing is cool, and Fantasy Zone. Outrun is a pretty good version, and Space Harrier. I'm not sure Golden Axe translates that well, but this is a really cool collection, and I just like collection video games. And as you can see, here's the manual. This one is the big manual. This is the game, and they also has a Sega catalog, so let's check this out. And yeah, as you can see, a lot of games available, like Tenchu, Altered Beast, Worms for some reason was released by Sega, World Championship Snooker, okay, Super Monkey Ball, Sonic Riders, that's like a not a great game, Sonic Gems Collection, Shadow the Hedgehog, Spartan Total Warrior, Sega Classics Collection. So yeah, this is also mentioned in there. So yeah, Sega had a lot of releases on the PlayStation 2, and we are going to talk about some other ones as well. I just really love Sega. And the next one is Sega Soccer Slam. Of course, I think the closest to this is the Mario Striker series, and Sega wanted to have its own go with it, and I think they succeeded. It's a pretty fun, pretty underrated game. I really enjoyed it when I played it. It's very arcadey, with some really like ugly, goofy characters. This is a cool title. It's kind of a shame that Sega didn't really. What the hell is with the Atari? I guess it was help with some Atari help. I don't know. Weirdly enough, it was made by Visual Concepts. So Visual Concepts are the ones who make the 2K games, I think. So, well, I guess Sega used to have 2K games, and then that went over to 2K. So I guess they just, Visual Concepts just went to Take-Two. So that's interesting. So yeah, Sega Soccer Slam, pretty fun game. And last but not least, for now, and for Sega, I guess, right now, it's Shadow the Hedgehog. So Shadow the Hedgehog is an interesting one because they wanted to have a more adult Sonic game, which is weird. I'm like, why would you do that? But yeah, Shadow curses and like fucking kills people, and there are some interesting characters in there, and it's basically like an edgy, more adult take on Sonic. Like Shadow has a gun and whatever. I think everyone talked a lot about this back in the day. It's like, it's not great. Shadow has its own moves, and yeah, it's interesting. But it introduced this character, so that's something. Next up is something that's weird. Shamu's Deep Sea Adventures, SeaWorld. Wow, I have so many random games on PS2. I'm sorry. It's just, it's like nice, colorful. I haven't played this yet. I'm not even sure what this game is. It's in Italian, so I don't know. But the game itself is in English as far as I know. So I guess you control Shamu, like the famous killer whale in the SeaWorld something? I don't know. Yeah, sometimes we have some crazy stuff. And Activision used to publish a bunch of stuff. I don't know. It wasn't a hit, probably, so I don't know. Next up is Shell Shock NAM 67. So this is an interesting one because it's actually a game by Guerrilla. And Guerrilla Games, they actually went on to make the Killzone series and then the Horizon series. So that's fun. And this was I guess this is either their first or second game that they ever made. And yeah, this is a classic, but it's like this really gruesome Vietnam War game. Vietnam War is not really something that is touched in a lot of video games, probably because it's nearer than the World War II. So people are more interested in World War II, and Vietnam wasn't exactly like a successful war for the US. So, but like Dutch company, they just made a bunch of stuff that is like atrocities, napalm, whatever, Shell Shock is still cool. It's supposedly like really gruesome, so you shoot the enemies and they like blow up into pieces and whatnot, so that's fun, I guess. Nice colorful manual. There is this like, oh, I can win with IDOS, home cinema projector. Okay, they are playing PlayStation 1. Oh, it's like a 3-player game. Okay. And yeah, like, what IDOS games you own? Do you play online games? What machines do you own? Yeah, fun times back in the day. But yeah, Shell Shock is apparently a pretty good game, and it started everything for Guerrilla Games. I needed a bit of a preparation for this one. So yeah, these are probably my most expensive games in my PlayStation 2 and possibly in my collection at all. All in all, like single games, not collector's editions and whatnot. These are the Silent Hill games. I have all the PlayStation 2 Silent Hill games. These are pretty pricey. They are not in the greatest condition. Some of them have like Dutch or German covers, but every one of them is fully in English, the game itself. And I have already played 3 out of the 5, so let's talk about that. Silent Hill 2 is the first one, in order, just a classic. And the good thing is that this is the director's cut version, so it has like the Maria stuff and the new stuff, added missions and whatnot, a bit of a bug-free game, and this is really cool. I love Silent Hill 2. It is, in my opinion, one of the greatest games of all time. I have played this version, and I also played the HD collection version on PlayStation 3. Both of them are good in my opinion. This one is probably the most authentic one. But yeah, just an absolute classic. And then the next one is Silent Hill 3, which is also fantastic. In certain aspects, I like this even more than Silent Hill 2. But yep, fun game. Still exclusive to the PlayStation 2 in this version. They have, of course, the HD collection version, so that's cool. Nice and colorful manual. I miss these times, and just look at it. Of course, Silent Hill 3 is a huge classic. And then the next one is Silent Hill for the Room, which is interesting because I just finished it like a week ago, and I have a lot of opinions about this game. It's interesting. It wants to be something more, something different than the other ones. So it's not just copying and pasting the other games, but it's not as interconnected as the other ones. There is this whole hub world thing, the world falling apart around you. It's a good one. I enjoyed it. It is frustrating sometimes. Plus, like the 2/3, the last third of the game is basically just a rehash, and you walk through all of the previous stages slowly with character you have to protect, so that got a bit annoying, but I still enjoyed it. The main theme is that you cannot get out of this room, but then there is this hole and you climb through it. It's interesting, it's something different, and I think it's underrated because it is the game that's nobody really talking about anymore. It is a fun and good game, so yeah, that's cool. And there is the 2 other Silent Hill games on the system. There is Shattered Memories and Origins. Origins came out first, and both of these games are interesting. I played Origins a little bit on the PSP, because this is a PSP port. I liked Origins, but I still have to play this from beginning to end. This is going to be the next Silent Hill game that I play, and it's a good one, probably. This is when not the first game that wasn't made by the original team. So Team Silent got dissolved or something like that. And I picked these game ups like 10 years ago when they were like really cheap and nobody really wanted them anymore. So yeah, that's good. Silent Hill Origins. And then of course there is Silent Hill Shattered Memories, which is the other odd ones. Also original on the PSP, but also on the Wii, because you have like motion controls with the Wii version, with the Wii mode, and then you control your flashlight or something like that. But yeah, this one's also a pretty interesting one. I still have to play this. I still have to play it a little bit, or at least like I want to play it from beginning to end because I have the game and it's fun to have such a expensive and rare game, and I don't want to sell it because I want to have. And I have all the Silent Hill games so far, except for the newest one. But yeah, Silent Hill Shattered Memories is something that is really intriguing for me. I really want to play through all the Silent Hill titles, and these are going to be the next ones on the PlayStation 2. And it's an absolute classic series. These games are gonna get more and more pricey, so I'm just really glad that I picked it up when it was cheap. And that's it for today. Another stack of games. It's a huge variety. A bunch of Sega titles. I like Sega Classics collections a lot. Road Trip Adventure is pretty fantastic, but my favorites are the Silent Hill titles. They are expensive, but if you see them at a good price, either it's okay to get the PSP version, because those are also solid, but the other ones are great as well. And I'm really recommending playing all of the Silent Hill titles. 2 and 3, you can get them cheap, and those are some of the best. Plus, the remake of Silent Hill 2 is available on modern systems, like I think it's on PC and PS5, so that's also really good. And absolute classic series. So thanks for watching. I hope you like this video, and I see you next time.